That's all right, I got this. You know, it's interesting. You know, I live in a county, and again, my name is Dave Fried, I'm the mayor of Robbinsville, and I live in a county called Mercer County. And if you ever want to hear a story about one-party rule failing, I can tell you a brief story about Mercer County. Today, in Mercer County, we do not have a budget. We don't have a budget because we can't get an audit. We don't have an audit because there's $43 million missing. And by missing, I mean they don't know where it is. We have a CFO who wasn't qualified to be a CFO, who was their CFO. We didn't pay our own payroll taxes for 4 years. 4 years. Imagine in Mercer County, the capital county of New Jersey, we can't even pay our own payroll taxes. One-party rule has failed us completely. And we need to do better. We need to have checks and balances, and we need to start thinking differently. And if we don't, none of us are going to be able to afford to live here, and more importantly, none of us are going to want to live here. In Robbinsville, we have the only training facility to train police officers in all of the state of New Jersey. Now think about this. We talk about defunding the police. What organization on this planet has ever done better after being defunded? None. If we had bad teachers, would we defund the schools? I mean, this is the most ludicrous thing ever put on our society in the history of man. And I want you to just imagine, and we got to talk about this. Imagine for a moment, just close your eyes and imagine. You dialed 911 and no one came. And that's the climate that we're creating in New Jersey. Police officers don't want to be police officers. I have an opening right now in Robbinsville. I used to get 600 applications. I got 42. We have to encourage our police officers to want to do this job. We have to encourage people to want to serve. And we have to start doing things differently. We're training police officers. Now imagine this. We give people a badge and a gun, and we ask them to go out and do a terribly difficult job, and we don't train them. We don't teach them how to de-escalate a situation. We don't video them. We're not giving them the tools that they need to actually do their job. And we've got to be talking about this. This is the difference between everything else that we're doing. I live in a town, I am the only mayor that I know of in the state of New Jersey that has ever presided over a town and not increased taxes for almost a decade. 9 years. We can do better, right? We can do better, but we need checks and balances, and we've got to be able to work together. And one-party rule, it isn't serving us well. If we don't change the legislature, we're never going to be able to succeed. And we need people like Elias to step up, because not only is he an attorney, but he's also an entrepreneur. And we need people who have a business background. My background, before I was mayor, I owned a business. My first company hit the Inc. 500. We were number 20 when I was 30 years old. We need people who are thinking differently. We need people who have business backgrounds. And we need people who are willing to stand up and say, you know what? These things are not working. We have to do things differently. Today, little Robbinsville has 70 towns, the state of New Jersey, and the federal government coming to our training facility to train their officers. We should have these all over the state. We should be talking about these things all over the state. No person wants to live in a town that is unsafe. And Trenton right now is a horror show. Our capital city is a horror show. It should be an embarrassment for every single Democrat who is in leadership and walks into that Capitol building and steps out and walks one block in any direction. They should be ashamed of themselves. We need to do better. We need better leadership, and we, all of us, need to start thinking differently and stop putting the same people and making the same mistake and sending the same people back to serve who have not served us well. And I will tell you, I have an idea. Everybody in here have a cell phone? All right, so here's the one thing you could do for Adam. When it comes down to election week, use your entire cell phone list and text every single person you know to please go out and vote and talk about from your heart why you're passionate about Adam. If you're here tonight, you're here because you're passionate about him and you want to make a change. Get everyone in your text chain to do the same thing. And if we can do that together and we all start working together, we're going to win. And I'm telling you, when I talk to my residents, people want change. Our school funding formula, why they call it a funding formula is a mystery to me because I don't think anyone can actually do the formula. We need to do better. Every one of our kids should have the opportunity to be in a school and have it funded fairly. We can do better. We will do better. And we need someone to come in and to fight for us. So it is my absolute positive honor and privilege to introduce the next Assemblyman in 14, Adam Elias.